We are back for another episode of Excalibur CCG TV's Talking Comics. Each week we take a look at new comics that are going to be on the shelves Wednesday morning and beyond. This week we're taking a look at the books for July 26, 2017. We're your host. I'm Randy.
I am Mark.
And we are employees of Excalibur Comics. If you haven't stopped by the store before, you can find our store at two different locations. We're in Shreveport, Louisiana, as well as Texarkana, Texas. The addresses and the phone numbers are online at the in the Contact Our Store section at ExcaliburCCG.com. Comics, cards, and games. That's what it stands for, people.
And probably our Facebook page, too.
Probably our Facebook page, too. You'll find the information there if that's how you watch us, find us, and just interact with us in general. We've been telling you about it for months now. Months now, and it's now within a month's time for the big show. Geek On is nearly here. August 18th through the 20th.
Yep. Coming up fast.
Yeah.
Coming up fast. We still have tickets. We should have tickets all the way up to probably about a week before the event. So anytime, come on by, pick them up.
Make sure you know what day you're wanting to go.
Yeah.
Make sure you know how many people are wanting to go. Are the kids coming? Make sure you know their ages. If they're under 6?
Under 6, they're free.
They're free. 6 to
12,
they're $10. And, of course, the adult tickets specified for one day are $20. Weekend passes are $30. There aren't weekend passes for the children. Just remember that. Remember that we're also going to have them up until probably about a week before the show.
Should be about that.
So, otherwise, you're going to have to wait at the door, or you're going to have to go online and spend a little bit more to get the tickets. Other than that, I don't think there are any big announcements yet.
No, not yet.
So we can move on to books that are coming out this week. This is a big week for Mark. Nearly every book on Mark's pull list is coming out this week.
This is true.
And there's a new one that's coming out, so go ahead and
we're starting
dive
off
right
with coming into the last chapter, the last act, the last part of the Magnolaverse. The BPRD Devil You Know #1 is coming out. This starts, like I said, the last act. This is building up towards the big finish of the Magnolaverse, the end of the story, allegedly. This is from, Mike Mignola's mind, Scott Alley doing the writing, and Lawrence Campbell doing the art. Before they were vanquished by the BPRD, Lovecraftian monsters created a hell on Earth, which was the title of the last arc, the second arc. Now Liz Sherman leads a crew through monster-infested ruins on the most important rescue mission of her life. As society tries to rebuild, strange cults vie for influence, and a demon emerges to lead the way.
I'm not surprised by that.
No.
When you say the last arc, the Plague of Frogs was a long arc.
It was. No,
and
this
Hell on
is,
Earth was a long arc as well.
Yes, this is the third of the trilogy, but it's probably going to last 3 or 4 years, I would imagine.
But we also heard Mignola tell us for some time now, years, that this was the last Hellboy story, that this was going to be the last part of the universe, and it keeps kind of going on and on.
Yeah, it does. So we'll see. We'll see. But this is supposedly set up to be the final chapter. But we'll see what happens after.
My fear is it might be kind of like Bone, where suddenly the creator finishes it, and whatever he does next just never quite lives up to what his previous creation was.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that's not the case.
Well, I mean, Mike's got a lot of Mike, he's my buddy. Hey, Mike. He's got the Joe Golem stuff. I guess they wrapped up the Baltimore stuff, but he's doing stuff with Christopher Golden, different novels and stuff like that.
Well, no, he also focuses more on his painting.
Right. He's doing a lot of painting and all that now. So he's got a lot of irons in the fire.
He's not going to be hurting for money.
He'll be fine.
Yeah, this is well worth checking out just because Hellboy is so in depth with the richness of the character.
It's got a lot of lore to it already, but it's not bogged down in continuity.
No, it's not.
Pretty reader friendly, and never been rebooted. one long continuous story. That's my favorite thing about it.
Yeah, I agree. I've got one here, a big one from Valiant. They're coming up with Faith in the Future Force. This is a 4-part miniseries. This is number 1, obviously. Jody Hauser is writing this, and we've got Steven Segovia and Barry Kitson on board. He said other...
I thought you were going to say Steven Seagal.
He's going to kick its ass.
And run like a girl.
It's the ponytail. It throws off all the weight.
Swishy.
I believe Barry Kitson may just be the artist on this one. They may have like a backup or some other story because they said surprise artist in other issues. What we have here, Faith is forced to fight side by side with some of the biggest names within the Valiant universe as she is having to fight a centuries-long battle. And what this has to do, there is some sort of AI, an evil, devious AI from the future that goes back and starts this whole attack in the past and just starts to I guess, unravel time. So the Time Walker is going and finding Faith, of all people, to be the person to help save the Valiant universe. So if you have enjoyed Valiant or Faith, pick this one up.
Cool. Well, we have a new Power Rangers title starting. Go Power Rangers, number 1.
Everybody asked for it.
From Boom Studios. This is by writer Ryan Parrott, and I don't know what else he has done, but Dan Mora on the art, and he is one of my favorite artists currently going right now. He's doing tons of covers for everybody, and he did the Klaus story with Grant Morrison.
Right, we've got that hardcover here.
Yes, we do. Beautiful hardcover.
Beautiful.
So this is the untold personal story of what happens to Jason, Kim, Trini, Zach, and Billy following in the days after they first became Power Rangers. Fighting evil is hard, but surviving high school may be even harder. Welcome to real life in Angel Grove. So this is kind of an origin, kind of a flashback story, I guess.
Okay. And I mean, right now they don't say how long it is. It's considered ongoing.
Yeah.
But that may be until they feel it's finished, or I don't know if it's just personally a book for Dan to draw, and once he's done with it, they're going to be done. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But it's going to look beautiful.
Absolutely.
Know that. I don't know where this one's coming from, guys. Marvel's bringing us Guardians of the Galaxy Telltale series number 1, 5-issue miniseries. What I don't know about this is apparently this is a new interactive episodic chapter game that's out and about by the same name. So if you do know what it is, feel free to tell us. If you don't, feel free to go check it out and tell us. With this one, there is a group of cultists that have taken over Titan, and they happen to be worshiping a certain somebody by the name of Thanos.
Yeah.
Not only is that going on, but the Power Rangers have been hired by some mysterious person to go and find an artifact on Titan while all this is going on. So they're trying to get in and out without the knowledge of all these crazies. And is that politically incorrect to call cultists crazies?
Triggered.
Uh-oh. Crazies and Thanos figuring out that they are there. So Guardians of Galaxy fans are going to want to pick this one up. Fred Van Lint is writing it, and
he's usually pretty good.
I don't know if this is the same Espen. Sabra Espen is drawing it. There's one of the Espens that's got some really good art out there, but it should be a good one for you guys if you're enjoying the regular series, or if you're looking for something a little different than what the regular series is giving you.
All right. Well, next up we got one from Scout Comics, a very small publisher, but putting out some pretty cool stuff. This one's called Heavenly Blues, number 1 issue. It's from Ben Kahn and Bruno Hidalgo. That's a cool name.
That's
I like that name.
some sort of enforcer.
Bruno Hidalgo.
Sounds like a guy
coming to break your kneecaps.
With a horse.
Yeah. Hidalgo in the
Hidalgo
movie. I
was the
remember
horse.
that. With Aragorn.
That's right.
Yeah. People live, people die. The good are pleasantly escorted off to heaven, while the rest unceremoniously rots in hell. Hell, a world where torture isn't retribution, it's just hazing.
That's awesome.
Isaiah Jefferson fancied himself a dashing rogue, the greatest thief of the Great Depression. What was he stealing? There was nothing to steal in the Great Depression, was there?
Grapes.
Grapes.
Wrathful grapes. That's all I know. There was a turtle that kept walking across the road. I know that too.
Okay. But a cruel betrayal left him dead in the dirt. Aaron Foley was a scared grifter, desperate not to be another child fed to the violent maw of the Salem witch trials. Whoa, we've gone to the Depression to the Salem witch trials. When they're given a chance to leave hell and spit in the face of judgment, can they face their demons and become the master thieves they were meant to be? Heavenly Blues reunites the team behind Shaman to deliver a mystical heist mashup from beyond the grave. So you've got somebody from the Depression and somebody from the Salem witch trials.
Yeah, there's a lot going on there.
I'm confused.
Up next, we've got from Storm King Publishing, a special book here by one of Chris's daughter's favorite people, John Carpenter. John Carpenter. This is Tales of Science Fiction Vault #1, 3-issue miniseries. With this, he is taking a look at a moonbound ship, everything called Gaia, that discovers there's this enormous alien vessel that is approaching Earth. And on this vessel, the technology is just light years beyond what they're familiar with. The big problem with that is that on this ship, we have a vault, or we have a hole that reads in English the word vault. So we're trying to figure out why is there English on this alien ship. You're also going to probably try and figure out why in this video I went from having no pen in my hand to suddenly having a pen in my hand.
Time jump.
Magic! Time travel.
8-month gap.
But if you're a fan of John Carpenter, horror, science fiction, any of that, pick up this mini-series. Mark, last up.
Last up for me is from Antarctic Press. It's Sidewinder #1 from writer Dennis Chacon and various. This is advances in genetic engineering or splicing have become widely available as mankind has spread across the stars, leading to a new race called the Chimerans, who resented their Terran creators. In the wake of the genetic crusades, all this info is getting thrown like we're just supposed to know about all the genetic crusades and all that. I never heard of it, but I don't read.
Maybe it's a continuation of another series from them.
Maybe it is.
I don't know.
Maybe, well, it could be. Most of the Chimerans accepted their defeat and made peace, but a dangerous few still remain, sought by marshals and bounty hunters. On the outer frontier, a small group of them killed a partner of the bounty hunter Sidewinder, and now he's out for Chimeran blood.
I feel like you've read that before.
I feel like I have too.
And I don't feel like
having a deja vu thing.
Yeah, I don't feel like I heard you the first time you were reading any of that, so this was all new information to me this time.
Awesome. Good to know.
Those are the #1s. There may be a few more that are out there. We're covering just some of the ones that will be coming into the shop here. We've also got a book. We haven't jumped forward in time. This is only 1 week later.
Yeah.
And the next issue's coming out. Secret Empire #6 was out last week. This week we have #7. Mark's going to tell you a little bit about that.
This is the culmination of the prophecy from Ulysses about Miles Morales killing Captain America. The big, scene on the Capitol steps or whatever with him holding Captain America or standing over him. This is the culmination of that. Will it happen? How will it happen? Does he actually kill him? Does Natasha have something to do with it? We'll find out. Intrigue.
And then finally for me, we've got the big Comic Book Bible coming out previews. It's here. It's going to give you information for all of the books that are going to be in stores in October, except for maybe something that might be an advanced solicit.
Right.
So it'll have some of that in there. It's got all sorts of goodies well beyond just the comic books.
Everything, games, toys, cars, statues, shirts, everything. Everything
there. And it's a good way to look through that and pre-order. You'll also want to take a look at the Facebook page or our website and see the weekly uploads we have that will be pre-order information for you if you want to pick up one of those books. You can do it there without even contacting us in person.
If you're a hermit, you can just stay in your cave.
You're still technically contacting
press your
us.
buttons.
Press the buttons.
With your cave Wi-Fi.
Comic books, guys. But we're going to move on to comic book news.
A little bit of news coming out of San Diego already.
A little bit of news. We're going to tell you this as if we haven't told you this before.
That's right.
I'm trying.
Really?
I'm trying to say that we already filmed this and we're filming it a second time.
Yes.
So
we are.
Tell them, Mark.
First up, Dave. First up, and once again, this makes Chris Hunter very happy.
Yes.
It's gonna be awesome. His favorite creative team, Donny Cates and Jeff Shaw, are going to pick up the reins on the Thanos book. And the tagline for it is, will Thanos end the world? So, will this have something to do with Marvel's legacy / relaunch next year? Could be.
Yeah,
could be a very big book
odd with all of that coming into being spoken about in groups that they're suddenly using that as the tagline.
Right.
We've got big question here with Alan Moore and Kevin O'Neill. Are they going to make the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen Volume 4 that has been announced their final book? He's teased before that he could be leaving comics for good. They are saying it again. This time it's Kevin O'Neill as well. It's not just Alan Moore. So, after their long, lengthy, very successful careers, will they shut the door on this chapter of their life? We'll find out.
We will.
We will.
We will, or we won't.
Next. That was what I was waiting for. I was like, what's next, Mark, without saying it?
Well, I don't take hints very well sometimes. I'm oblivious sometimes.
You're looking ahead.
Yeah, I'm looking ahead.
You're like
the people.
You're like Joe DiMaggio with a donut.
That's right. You can't distract me.
That's right.
I really am like that when I'm eating donuts. The Doomsday Clock coming up in November from Jeff Johns and Gary Frank. Okay, this is the big one. This is the bringing the Watchmen into the DCU proper, specifically Dr. Manhattan, and this is a very Superman-centric story. Jeff Johns has stated that. We'll try and get some of the, they've released some of the art, the panel art, so we'll try and get that up there for you. Some beautiful stuff by Gary Frank.
Yes.
This is also pitting, paraphrase Jeff Johns, the smartest person from one world against the smartest person from another world, meaning Dr. Manhattan and Lex Luthor. So, he's going to, Luthor, are we going to Addis Ababa, Mr. Luthor? Lex Luthor will have a big part in this story apparently as well.
That's good, and it looks like that may be the turning point with Luthor no longer being a Superman, but possibly back to villainous.
Yeah.
I don't mind that at all.
Not at all.
I've enjoyed the Superman Luthor because it's different.
Yeah.
Final bit of news that's coming out of San Diego early on. We'll have much more news in the weeks to come here. Jim Lee has said that Milestone Comics will be returning. It is another imprint that is under DC's umbrella, Iron Fist, whatever. But that's going to mean that Hardware, Static Shock, Icon, and there's maybe one or two others, but they Blood Syndicates, they are going to be back in the fold with things. Are they going to interact directly with the DC Universe? We don't know any of that right now.
No, just that it is coming. No dates or anything, and Reginald Hudlin still is involved with it. So it's coming. We just don't know when. They were very vague about it, but I mean it is newsworthy because I know that's been a question for their fans for quite a while. They've been dragging this through the dirt for a couple of years. So. Is happening. Hopefully in 2018 sometime. We shall see.
Right. So there is the comic book news, and I've got the surprise here for you guys. Mark was not prepared for this. I want to know, spoiler-free, don't you dare say anything. I know you won't. If you've seen the news about who Mr. Oz possibly is within the DC Universe, Do you agree with this decision? Is it a good decision? Is it something that they are touching on sacred ground that they should not be messing with? I'm personally super excited, stoked to see what they do with it.
Excited.
Super excited.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not bat excited. I'm not wonder excited. I'm not flash excited. I'm super
Are you aqua excited?
I'm a little aqua excited. I don't know what that means.
I don't either. Just throwing it out there.
But just let us know. Do you agree with what they're doing there?
It's pretty awesome.
By next Wednesday, if you don't know what we're talking about or if you're avoiding it, pick up Action Comics, because I believe that's where we're supposed to get more definite information about this. So
not who they've been teasing or not who they've been speculating.
Yeah.
If you've been following the speculation,
Yeah.
it's not. It was a big old surprise.
yeah, let's see if they handle this well. Well, it's in Superman comics.
Yeah.
So that's it, guys. That's all we have to really talk about here. Remember, we are online at ExcaliburCCG.com. We're on Facebook. We're on Twitter. We're everywhere.
Everywhere. We infiltrate every area of your life.
Everywhere. Every crevasse.
Yes.
Go ahead and give us a thumbs up below if you've enjoyed the show. Share it with people. Subscribe if you have not done so already.
I don't like the way you work crevasse and thumb into the same.
Not many people do. It's one of those words that's like
I need an
moist.
adult.
That's right. Don't take the candy. So
Don't get in the van.
take a moment to tell us what has you excited about comics coming out this week, and come back after you've read the comics and tell us about them.
Absolutely.
We've got a big thank you.
Thank you for Brad Campbell.
Brad Campbell.
For making us look good, for doing the editing and prettying the video up and making us look human.
That's right. And thank you to Chris Z for, just taking on the slack that we've had with the loss of Chris Hunter here at the shop.
Again, not dead.
Not dead. Not dead, just dead to us. No, not really.
Oh, man.
Not at all. But it's us three people trying to suddenly do his one job. He is a Superman.
I was not aware of how much he did, and it's very apparent now.
Yeah,
The man did
very
a phenomenal job.
now.
It's
So, guys, until next week, go out, read some good comics, and talk about those comics. Share your love of comic books, and we'll see you back next week.
Say a prayer and take your vitamins.
That's right.
Brother.
Bye.